and welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria and this is Studio Biku. Today I'm in the dye kitchen as I usually am these days, and I'm dyeing with something very seasonal and very special to Japan. I'm dyeing with Sakura. Today's Sakura is not your usual Sakura that you see everywhere in Japan in Sakura season. When people talk about the Hanami season here in Japan, what they're talking about is a 2 to 3 week period where the sakura trees bloom at the same time. The trees during the Hanami season are known as someyoshino, and they're the ones that bloom across Japan basically at once, so the whole place is pink. Today's dye is not from the regular someyoshino cherry, which I find to be a little bit of an insipid colour. So I waited for another couple of weeks later and the yaezakura came out, which is a kind of pom-pom kind of sakura, and it's a deeper pink. I'm hoping for a pink dye, but who knows? Let's see what happens at the end. Yesterday I put this shirt to mordant, and because it's floating to the top, what I tend to do is put some kind of strainer, either with a weight in, but this one's quite heavy, so it's kept it under the mordant quite easily. So I just a little tip there. This has been soaking in the mordant now for 24 hours, so it's ready to come out and we can get dyeing when the dye's ready. Going to leave it till tomorrow and see what happens. Cherry blossom has been soaking for 24 hours and I'm thinking I'll leave it for another 24. I don't know whether you can see, but I'm getting like a pink colour dye. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to make some colour. Now I think I could let this go, perhaps soak for another 24 hours, and then I'm going to heat it up and see if we can get even more colour off it. So far though, this is a big surprise to me, how colourful it is. I hope it translates well to the fabric, but let's see. It's all a test. This is the colour I've got, and I'm going to let it simmer for around 30 minutes, and then I'm going to get all this out. I can still see a bit of colour in the petals, so I think I'm going to let it go for a little longer before I put my shirt in there. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to start removing this Sakura sludge now and try and catch as much of the dye as I can so that I don't lose any. The piece that I'm dyeing is quite big, so let's see. I have an idea for this sludge though. I'll just show you in a little while what I'm planning to do with that. Okay, so I'll get all this out and then we'll start dyeing our fibres. I think you can see the colour is kind of like a wine burgundy colour. Let's see what happens when I start putting the fibres in. I've got a scrap of cotton which had a bit of the dye on before as a test piece, so I'm going to over dye that. I have a piece of, these are all damp by the way, these are all wet. I soaked them for several minutes, about 30 minutes. So I've just cut a small piece of silk and I'm going to put that in. Oh, I can already see colour going on it, which is very cool. Give that a swish. This is just a white cotton shirt that I got at a recent clothes swap. And I'm going to give it a go and see if I can get some colour on it. I mean, I like white shirts, but you know, let's just put it in and see if we can just do some magic. I'm feeling like I probably should have had a bigger dye pot with more dye materials, but I'm just testing. I can always over dye it with something else. Oh, I can already see it's changing, so goodness knows what's happening to this. So I'm going to give it a good stir to make sure that the dye, it's quite a hot dye, make sure the dye is, I kind of like it when it's not uniform dyed though. It's a bit more interesting, but you know, maybe other people don't think so. Now this is an interesting turn up. So it looks like it's going yellow. This is the cotton. It's not what I expected to come from Sakura. Anyway, it is kind of popping up and floating on the top of the dye. I'm going to put a strainer on the top just to weigh it down under the dye. Then I'm going to just put the lid on and just leave it for possibly till tomorrow, I think would be good. So just weigh it down in the, I'm going to stir it a few more times before I go, and then let's see what happens. I just wanted to show you what's happened to the shirt. In about 15 minutes, it's a kind of yellow, which is not what I expected. However, I know well, look at that, it's quite yellow. It's not, there is a pink tinge though. So I know well what happens with natural dyes, and what you see after 10 or 15 minutes isn't necessarily the final colour you'll get after about 24 hours or longer. So I'm going to keep it submerged with a weight on it, and I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. I'm hoping it's going to pick up some of the pink, but I just don't know. That's the beauty of natural dyeing, isn't it? It's 24 hours since the shirt has been soaking in the Sakura dye, and this is the strange colour that it's gone. It's kind of like a yellowy pink. I don't hate it, it's better than white, but we'll see when we rinse it what the real colour is. debate whether the results have been worth it, but I'm going to show you now anyway. So first of all, we have the silk, which is pretty nice, but it's yellow, and it's not what I expected. It's a kind of a dirty pinky yellow. Not what I expected at all. The cotton dyed the same colour, a very pale yellow. Did not expect yellow. And the shirt also dyed a yellow. Something a bit unusual happened to the shirt. You can see this darker patch here. It's really strange. And it goes here too. And I think it's on the back too. It's here too. And it's here too. And then I realised it's come from this label, which is kind of like, it's not fabric, it's like a paper label, plasticky paper. You know the type I mean. Well, that took the dye really well, but has also dyed part of the shirt a darker colour. So it looks like we're going to have to go back in and try and cover some of these weird patches. Usually I don't mind patches, but this one looks too weird. Looks like something fell on it, so let's see if I can do something a bit more fun going forward. I did wonder, because of the alkalinity of the water in the studio, that might have had an effect on this colour. So I dipped the corner in a little bit of vinegar, and as you can see, I managed to get a little bit of pink. So what I'm thinking is I might take the shirt and put it in a vinegar and water solution and see if I can bring out some of the pinks, and then over dye it another day. I just wanted to know if I could get some different colours from the sample, because I was quite disappointed by the yellow colour. I honestly thought I was going to get some kind of pink, but this is the silk, the raw colour, and after the iron, I love this colour. It's like a khaki, it's really luscious, it's gorgeous. And this one is like a pinky yellow, it's quite nice too. This is a bit of a disappointing colour, but it's quite nice in with the iron on it, and a little boring for me on the vinegar, with the vinegar.